What's up you guys, it's Aisling. Welcome back to my channel. Today I'm going to be doing my January favourites. Is anybody else like me and just feels like this month went on forever? I absolutely hate when people say that about January because you're like, oh duh, it's a really long month because it's been so far since Christmas and everybody's gone back to work and you know money's tighter because obviously you spent it all at Christmas and buying gifts. But Ireland is in a full-on level 5 lockdown. I just feel like I have not seen anybody this month. I'm just super grateful that everybody I love is well and keeping good, and they're the most important things in life. But I do feel like January has just taken its toll on me, and I am looking forward to saying bye-bye to it. I have my birthday in lockdown as well this month. Obviously, I'm New Year's Day, baby. It actually didn't feel that bad because I wouldn't have been doing too much anyway. I've been pregnant. But I would have liked to gone for a meal, especially since Paddy's birthday is a week after mine. It would have been nice just to do anything. Instead, we went for a walk in the Phoenix Park, which was lovely. And then I came home and have been at home since. So Ireland's going to be in lockdown, I think, till the 5th of March. Anyway, there was products in January I was loving. So let's talk about that. And then we'll talk about some of the not so great products at the end of the video. Let's get off the doom and gloom and talk about things that we loved. This month, I really feel like I was getting stuck into skincare, getting stuck into body care products, really trying lots of different things that were sent to me over the last, I don't know, I would say like 6 weeks, things that were sent to me over Christmas, things that I picked up, and you're going to see a lot of that in this video. So there's not as much makeup as normal, but there's a couple of little things thrown in here and there. So yeah, I just feel like, who is this girl? Not all about makeup. The first thing I want to talk about is this Dove Body Mousse, and this is the medium to dark gradual self tanner. Normally I stay clear of a gradual self tanner. I don't like them that much. I just feel like, what is the point? Just put it on, let it develop, and then you don't have to worry about it for 4 or 5 days. But I find that this is so good. Like, this is one of the best gradual tanners that I have tried in a long time. A gradual tanner that I have loved for years is the, and I actually have a new bottle of it, is the Bondi Sands Everyday Gradual Tanning Milk. I've gone through a lot of these over the years. It's a really good gradual tanner because it's just like a moisturizer and you don't actually really notice it. But this is so good because it's a mousse. You can kind of see where you're spreading it. I know that sounds really strange because with normal gradual tanners it doesn't really matter because it's just like a gradual colour, but this you can see where you're applying it, so it avoids streaks, it avoids missing parts of your body. It looks so good, and after I think a day it shows up. Like, it's really good. I used to love that Johnson's one back in the day. Do you remember that one? It was just like all the rage. I think everybody used it. But this Dove Mousse one is so good. I was worried because it's a mousse. I thought that there wouldn't be that much product in it and that I'd go through it really quickly. I got this with my friend Amy before I even had told her I was pregnant. So that's how long I have this. And I just really have been like dipping into it a lot in January. I just think it's because, you know, there's no sun anywhere. So I may as well try a little bit of gradual tanner. But it's all I have in my body right now. And I just feel like it's enhanced my own natural skin colour. It just made me look like my skin is just sun-kissed, if that makes sense. But it's really good and quite inexpensive. I didn't know if this was an expensive skincare product, so I'm not really a skincare connoisseur, but since getting pregnant and my skin getting extremely dry, my skincare routine it's had to be done in overdrive. Before, I used to just put an oil on at night, moisturize, do a little bit of eye cream, and obviously cleanse my skin, but I wasn't like rigorously taking a lot of time to research products, what was in products, because my skin was so dry. I just couldn't be dealing with it. That has all rectified itself, that whole situation, thank God. My hormones have like leveled themselves out and my skin's gone back to normal pretty much. However, on my whole journey of looking for skincare, the Ren Ready Set Glow Daily AHA Tonic came into my possession. And I've been using this all month long and I really like this. I saw this on somebody's story on Instagram while I was like on my daily clicking through, although I've kind of like stayed away from Instagram for like the last little while. I wanted to kind of have a bit of a January detox from Instagram. That's why I'm not posting as much over there. It's just I find that it can be really toxic. Really toxic, and I just wasn't feeling it in January, so I stayed clear. I'm totally going on a rant about something else when I'm supposed to be talking about this. I saw this on someone's story and I was like, I have that, I know I have that. And the person who was talking about it said that it was really good for their skin. It kind of gave them like a little bit of a glow, I don't know if it was sponsored. I don't really care. Tried it myself. Loved it. I really love this. And I think Ren is a relatively inexpensive skincare product as skincare products go. It doesn't have the most pleasant scent. I will say that. And I did notice that when I was applying it to my skin. I was like, it's not like the most overwhelmingly nice scent, but it does the job and it cleans my skin like nothing else. Like I will double cleanse my skin and then go in with this and still find remnants of something on my skin. Like it's nuts, like how you think that you get everything off but you actually don't. It has lactic acid in it, so it does kind of sting if you have any like spots or anything on your face, because I did notice that it was stinging a spot I had down here. It's not harsh or anything. Ingredients in this are supposed to help renewal, exfoliate and brighten skin, and I definitely feel like this does that. It's such a great product, and it's made, the whole product is made from recyclable material and it's vegan. It's just so great. I really like the Ren skincare products, and I'm going to move on from that onto the next thing, which is an eye cream. I've been using this eye cream for 2 weeks now. I think I featured this on an Instagram story. I was just saying that I was delighted to have received it in PR, and I've been using it every night since, and I actually feel like my under eye area, like I'm not like bragging, but I feel like my under eye area has like brightened up a little bit. The dark circles are gone away. I don't know. Maybe it's I'm sleeping better. I don't know. Maybe it's this. But I really like it. It makes my under eye area feel super hydrated. And I have noticed a difference since applying makeup, that my under eye area just looks hydrated. It doesn't feel dry. Again, that could be because my skin has changed back to its normal oily ways. Or it could be this. But I don't know. I like this. I like an eye cream. I like something hydrating underneath my eye. And this is really good. You only need the tiniest amount. First day I like squeezed a pump of it and put it under one eye, and it was like, oh my god, it's way too much. So one pump will do both eyes, or even like a little half of a pump for both eyes. You don't need that much of this product. It's really, really good. I highly rate it. I want to talk a little bit about a makeup product this month that I've been using, which is the Essence Daily Dose of Love palette. I did do an entire video dedicated to this and a couple of other products that I will talk about in a little while. I'm just so in love with this palette. I've talked several times before about how crappy Essence eyeshadows are or have been in my experience. I've tried a lot of palettes and they've just failed for me. It's not because they're affordable. I love affordability. It's just whatever way they are formulated. I found them powdery. They didn't last that long on my eyes. They didn't look pigmented, and I just was like, no, I'm just not done with Essence. But they sent this out to me in November and I tried it this month, and it's such a good little palette. They have 3 of them in the line. Now I'm not going to pick up any more because I'm trying to declutter as much as I possibly can. But out of all 3, I think this one would be my favorite one. There's also like a yellow one that has really nice kind of warm tones in it too. So if you do see these little palettes, they're very inexpensive. I highly rate them, and I would definitely pick one up just to give it a go. There is a little bit of kickback from the shadows in it, I will say that, but there's no fallout on the eye and they don't fade throughout the day. I really loved this palette, and you guys seem to really like it as well in the tutorial. I'll leave a link to that video down below as well if you do want to check it out. I'm going to move on to another skincare item, and this is the Hermes Super... Is it Hermes? Hermes? I don't know how to pronounce that. Good God. It's the Superfood Glow Priming Moisturizer. This product landed in my lap and I was like, what is this? So initially I wasn't really sure about this product. I wasn't sure how I was going to use it. I didn't really understand like the concept behind it. And then I was like, yeah, just use it as a primer. But it is so pretty. Once you apply this to the skin, it gives this like a luminosity to it. I've been using this all month, even if I don't have any makeup on. It's so pretty. So you can see like it has like a reflex to it, and you blend it into the skin and it just gives this like hydrating glow to your skin. Super nice. However, I do realize this product is quite expensive, so I have an alternative for it that in my opinion kind of looks the same on the skin, and it's for a fraction of the price. And this is the Hydrating and Radiance Primer from Natural Collection. So if you are interested in like one of those radiant kind of moisturizers that you just apply it onto your skin and go, then I definitely recommend checking this out if you don't want to spend, I think that's about €30. So this is the alternative, which looks very similar. It just doesn't have the hydrating moisturizing properties in it. It is just solely a primer. but it does exactly the same thing on my skin. I do like this one just for like a little bit of luxury, and I feel like it is moisturizing my skin along the way. But if you mix that in with a moisturizer, you're good to go. I want to talk about this little Hello Good Stuff 3-in-1 face mist. This is from Essence, and it's supposed to hydrate, fix and refresh the skin. I love this. I used it today. I've been using it quite a lot actually. I do find that you go through this a little bit quickly because I only have it since January, and like there is a good bit of it used, and I'm not really a setting spray kind of person. I've never really cared for them that much. I don't really pay too much attention to them. I'm more about like priming and prepping the skin, I guess. I always forget about a setting spray. I don't know, it's just my brain. But this one's really, really good, and I have been picking it up quite a lot. I have it on the top of like my vanity, so I always see it on top of my drawers, and I'm like, oh yeah, I'll spray that on today. I love the smell of this. Like, it just smells so nice. It says there's 90% natural ingredients in it as well, so I don't know what the 10% of fake shit in it is. But I do know that it has no microplastic particles, mineral oils, parabens or silicones. So that's all good. It won't clog up the skin. However, the makeup underneath probably will. It is really good. I highly recommend it, and it's very inexpensive. I think you can get it on Look Fantastic or Feel Unique, one of those kind of websites, for next to nothing. I want to talk about a little hydrating lip product. This is the conditioning lip mask from Sigma. I've blabbed on for long enough now about my crusty, dry lips. I feel like this is probably the only product that's actually saved them. I feel like they're just getting back to normal now. They are still quite dry, but they're definitely nowhere near as bad as they were. And I feel like it's all down to this. I got sent this in Pure from Sigma early in January, or kind of like mid-January, and I use it every single night since I've received it, and I absolutely love this. If you are like me and you have like crusty, dry lips, even if it's just from the winter or hormones or whatever it's from, give this a go. I really liked it, and I'm going to continue using it, especially now since my lips are starting to react positively to it. It's obviously working, so I'm going to keep going with it. Nothing more I need to say about it. It's just a hydrating lip mask, but it's so good. The second last favorite of the month is a perfume. This is the Britney Spears Fantasy perfume. If you've watched me for a long time, you know that sweet scents are just my jam. Everybody in my house is like, oh, sickly sweet perfumes. My sister hates them, and my mum, they're just not into the perfumes, but I love them, and this is my signature scent. I've been wearing this since it launched. I think I was like 13 when this came out, and I've just loved it since then. I just cannot deny how much I still love it to this day. I ran out of it like last year, like maybe October, and I just repurchased it again this month. I just missed it for those few months. It is very inexpensive. I think this bottle cost me about €20 for a 100ml bottle. I did also purchase the Ariana Grande Cloud perfume this month. I haven't dipped into that as much as I thought I would. Like, it's a nice scent, but it's definitely different for me because it's not as sweetly intense. When I worked in my previous job in the pharmacy, they used to say that they knew I was in work because they could smell this perfume like wafting through my office, or like through the staircase where my office was, and they were like, oh, Aishling's definitely here, I can smell her perfume. So it is a signature scent for me. I still love it to this day. I'll never not use it. It's my favorite, and yeah, I've been just using that all month long. And my final favorite for the month is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enrich Face Base. I talked about this in my favorites of 2020. I mentioned that I really love it. However, I've been using it this month non-stop. I cannot put it down. It's either a mix between this or this, depending on what look I'm going for in my skin. I might use this when I'm using a really intensely glowy foundation, and I will use this when I'm wearing something like a more matte kind of finish, because this has no like shimmer particles in it. It still is hydrating, and it makes your skin look amazing, and it's like the best base ever. I don't know where it's been all my life. I'm shook at the price of it, that I'm very conscious of how much I use of it. But it is so good, and if you were hesitating on purchasing it, I say don't, just go for it. It's just really good. You only need a tiny bit of it as well. You're not going to rush through this in a month. I would probably have this for a year for the amount that I actually use of it, because you just scoop out whatever you need and apply it to your skin. You're not like over applying, if that makes any sense, because it can tend to ball up if you put too much on. So less is best. I have a good few misses this month. Started getting back into testing makeup regularly now. I always feel like that in January. It's like, what's new? Test everything out. So I have an awful lot of products that I do want to talk to you guys about probably in February, because I haven't tried them for long enough, but I will discuss in February, so stay tuned. The first thing that I did try that I really don't like, this is from an old collection and it's nothing to do with the age of it. It was sealed and everything like that. I'm sure it's probably past its sell by date, but who knows. It is the Wet n Wild lip scrub. I was, like I said, dipping in and out of lip products this month. On my journey, I did try this lip scrub. I had the Jeffree Star lip scrub back in the day, and that was actually really good lip scrub, because all you did was apply it to the skin. It was like a sugar scrub. It tasted really nice. And then you just wiped off and it kind of removed any debris, dead skin, whatever. This works on a similar concept. However, the particles in it are not sugar. I'm not sure what they are. It kind of has like more like a salt scent. So they could be like salt particles. I don't know. But whatever particles they are in it, the whole thing is just gross. It's supposed to be like hydrating as well. So as you apply it, it's supposed to like exfoliate the lip. And then it kind of adds like a balm afterwards. The balm that it leaves your skin with feels like you've rubbed like chip oil on your lips, like it's something you deep fat fry. It just feels so greasy and thick. It's like the consistency of coconut oil, but the taste of like something out of a chip pan. It's just gross. I do not like this. It left like a film on my lips and it was really hard to get off because it's almost like waterproof. And actually in the end, it did nothing for removing dead skin at all. I could just make up my own lip scrub mask and I'd be done with it. This is a highlighter from e.l.f. I was going through all of my drawers, like my bronzer drawer, decluttering, and then I was going through my highlighting drawer and I came across this and I was like, ooh, I don't know if I've ever used that. Got back into kind of highlighters in the last, I'd say 6 weeks. So I was like, let's give this a go. And when I first applied this, I was like, well, this is not showing up on my skin at all. I'll just kind of swatch out here. It like shows up on my finger, but when you blend it onto the skin, it doesn't really show up. So I thought maybe it was something similar to the Essence highlighters, and I had an e.l.f. highlighter that did this also, where you need to kind of remove the top layer and then the product underneath is way better. So you can see like the center where I've removed the top layer is so much better. It is nothing to do with the formula of this product. Obviously initially it is, until you remove that top layer. This is in the shade White Gold. It's the shade that I have a problem with. It's so starkly white on my face that it looks like, it just looks like a streak of white. The first time I did use this, I was like, oh no. And then I kind of like tapped it in and blended it out. It just looks dreadful on my skin. So it has nothing really to do with the actual formula as to why I don't like this. It's the shade. If you have fair, it may possibly be right up your alley. Like, it is really gorgeous, but it comes off like silver almost on my cheekbones. Like, I look like the Tin Man with it. It's just not great. So unfortunately this did not work out for me, but I will try some of the other e.l.f. highlighters maybe down the line when I have done decluttering, and maybe I can feel like it could introduce something new into my collection, because the formula is actually really nice, especially for the price, but the actual product colour is just not up my alley. And the final two things I want to talk about are both from Essence, and I'm really sad to mention these because I love Essence and I do love affordability. And I mentioned earlier on just about the palettes. I've never really found one I liked as much as the Love palette. However, I have used most of the products from the line. I've used every foundation I think they have, every bronzer, every powder, so I know what's good from Essence and what's not. They have fantastic mascaras. I absolutely love the Lash Princess mascaras. They are by far my favourite. I would even pick them over high-end brands. They're so good. However, the Defined Volume 24 Hour mascara, I wanted to like it because I love Essence so much, and it just failed on me. It just made my lashes look non-existent. I don't have the longest lashes ever. I picked up the Maybelline, the new one, what's it called, Sky High Lashes or whatever, that one that was made viral by TikTok. I have yet to try that one, so I'm hoping that that one works out for me. But I haven't had much joy with mascaras in the last little while. I feel like every single one that I pick up or use has just been a dud. and I've just kind of gone off mascaras and trying new ones. I'm always trying mascaras. I feel like every single time I get sent a mascara, I'll use it and I'm like, oh. But I'm very underwhelmed by this, especially with my short lashes. It just made them look non-existent, and what was the point? The other thing is the tiny tip liner. Now, I don't know if this is new. It is waterproof, so maybe that's why it's new. I think the formula of it. It has a really tiny fine point. It's super easy to use for newbies because it's so easy to kind of apply on the eye. I don't really have a problem with the applicator. I don't have a problem with the pen itself. It's the shade I have a problem with, and I kind of mentioned that in the video. It does look quite dark there when I'm applying it. I'll just apply even like a darker streak. Like, it's great. You can't go wrong with this. You'll always get your like thin line. However, the color of it is not that black intense on the eye. It just shows up kind of grey on my eye, like a I don't know, like a charcoal color almost. I want it to be black and I want it to be intense like this, but that's not how it performs at all. I used it in a video and then I've used it 3 times, maybe 4 times since. And every single time I'm like, no, I have to go over it with another eyeliner because it just doesn't show up. I've been using the Catrice brush ink liner for well over a year, and you guys know how much I love this. This is black and this is intense, and it shows up really black and really intense on the eyes. And it's long lasting, but you can see the way that shows up right there, and then these kind of swatches all look the same. However, once this goes on the eye, this dries matte. This does not dry matte either. This just looks more intense and more black on my eye. I don't know what it is about this or what the story is with the formula. I don't know if it's maybe it's not, I'm not putting enough pressure on the eye. I don't know what the story is, because obviously you can put more pressure on your hand. Like when you're actually doing your eye, you don't want to be like jabbing your eye out, and you also don't want to be going over the same line 4 or 5 times. So I do find like this was a bit streaky, and it was just not as black as an intense a colour as I wanted to be, and it didn't dry down matte. So they're kind of like my major complaints with it. But it is super affordable, and if you are a newbie and you are trying to try out eyeliner for the first time, it has a really great applicator on it. I found it really user friendly. It's just that it didn't give the most intense look, so I would practice on something like that before you go for something a little bit more expensive. So that wraps up my January hits and misses. I hope you guys enjoyed today's video. What were you loving and what were you not so much loving this month? I always like to hear your feedback on products. I hope you did enjoy today's video. If you did, I would love if you give me a thumbs up. It really helps out my channel. I have been getting so many comments from you guys saying that my videos are not showing up in your subscription boxes, that you have to go searching for my channel, and it's very irritating. I've gotten so many messages this month of people just saying, I didn't even realize you'd uploaded 4 videos or 5 videos in a row or whatever, and I haven't seen any of them. They're not coming into my subscription box. I don't know what to say about that. It's just YouTube's just doing me dirty. It has been doing me dirty for a long time, hence why my views are just gone to crap. But look, I don't know what to say other than make sure that you are subscribed. Make sure you thumbs up the video because it kind of will recommend it to you more, and turn on your bell notifications. Other than that, I don't know what to kind of recommend. I do put up like a prompter on Instagram as well, and sometimes on Twitter, just to let you know that the video is live. But I know how frustrating it is because it's happening to me. YouTube's actually unsubscribed me from loads of people's channels this month, and I'm going into my subscription feed been like, where is everybody's videos? And then I actually have to go onto their channels to find out. Like, I'm talking about like true crime, I'm talking about beauty channels, I'm talking about lifestyle channels, vlog channels, everything. So it's not just like one genre of videos. It just sucks. I don't know why YouTube is doing that, because it's not helping any creators on the platform. That's enough of a rant from me. I will talk to you all in my next video. I love you all so much. Have a fantastic day, and I will talk to you in my next video. Mwah. Bye guys.